Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So today we're doing our collective weekly reading for the week of September 14th through the 20th. It's a general collective reading. So let's see what's going on for this week and go ahead and get started. Kind of hard to believe it's, already like going into the third week of September. So let's see what's going on. It's been an intense month so far. And I know we're getting into the autumn here coming up, so happy autumn coming up season for those in the northern hemisphere, and I believe it would be spring for those in the southern hemisphere. And we're getting into Libra season coming up. So let's see what's going on. And my intention is for the collective, so this might resonate with you personally, it might not, and take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And as always, please hit the like button so that other people will see this video that need to see the information because they'll be drawn to the video if they need to see it. And that way, if you hit the like button, you'll go out to more people. And also, please hit the subscribe button so that you will get future videos I put out. And probably next week, I will start doing the weekly element readings. I wanted to wait till my summertime travels were over before I started those. So let's see. I feel like we're almost done with this. So let's see. A little more shuffling. What is the energy for the collective for the week of September 14th through 20th, 2025? What is going to be the energy for the collective for the week of September 14th through 20th, 2025? Okay, one more shuffle. Okay, let's see what's going on. And I want to thank everyone who's a new subscriber or a new watcher. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the channel. I also want to turn your attention to the playlists I have on the channel. When I started this channel back in January, I started out with just talking about a spiritual topic, spiritual experiences I've had, things like that. And then I started doing the tarot a little bit later, but there's all kinds of spiritual information on playlists and back at the earlier videos. So if you're interested in things like that, I would suggest you check it out because it's very informative and a lot of good information in there. All right, so let's see what we got. We have the Nine of Wands. That card's been coming up a lot. And we have the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Wands. So, okay. So, coming into the week of the 14th as a collective, it's like I feel like this is what we want as a collective. We want that 10 of cups. That's kind of where our mindset is. That's what we want. That's what's in our heart. And you can see, little happy people. They've got little children here dancing. It's a big rainbow. And so the 10 of cups is like happy day. You've reached that pinnacle of happiness and everyone's, it's happy emotions, happy love. So it's a very happy card. And I feel like that's what we want as a collective. That's what our goal is. That's what we're striving for. And I feel like some of us, I'm hearing some of us have that mindset in our mind already. Like we're already kind of in that 10 of cups energy. We're already feeling this. But some of us aren't there yet, but that's what we want to aspire to. That's like what our goal is. Yeah, my nose is really itching on that. So whenever my nose goes crazy, that's spirit's way of telling me, that I'm on the right track. But that's definitely, I feel like that's what we're gearing towards. So some people already there, some people want to strive to get to that energy. Going into our current energy for this week as a collective, I see the, we're as a collective, we're feeling like this. And this card's been coming up a lot lately in the last couple months of the readings. And you can see he's been through a battle, many battles, and he's got like one big battle left in him energetically. He's kind of beat up and he's leaning on that wand, and he's just that staff, and he's just tired and worn out, and he's got like one fight left in him, and that's basically it. But he's been beat up and bruised, and he's tired, and that's how we feel as a collective. And I feel that myself personally, but I see that with people around me. It's like people are just tired, they're exhausted, um, and it's wearing people out. Like they're worn out. They've been through one too many battles. But we're not, we still got one left in us. But we're feeling pretty like exhausted, tired, and been through a lot of battles. Um, but what's coming for us is a small, like tangible step forward. So it's something small, it's something that's tangible. It could be abundance. It doesn't necessarily have to be something material, but it's a pentacle, so it's tangible. So it could be like a small step forward, positive step forward in your career, positive, something like that, positive step forward, that's tangible. So it could be something to do with abundance, physical abundance. But I feel as a collective, it's like we're taking that small step forward, and it's help, we're kind of getting out of this energy of feeling kind of beat up and, tired and overwhelmed. We're kind of getting out of that and taking that small step forward and getting into that like a more abundant place. Um, and it's going to be like what I'm hearing is relief for the collective, the small step forward. And it might be baby steps. And what's coming to my mind is in a previous reading, I don't remember, I think it was back in August, I remember talking about abundance coming in for the collective that's going to really like take the burdens off our shoulders and kind of um take that off, take that stress, anxiety off. But it's not going to happen like all in one time, like boom, like a pile of money is dropped. It's going to be like little things that are happening, like little things like that are happening to take the burden off our shoulders. Like maybe certain taxes are revoked and removed, or things like that. Maybe I'm just throwing some things out there. Maybe, some prices of things will go down so it's easier to afford, things like that. It's going to be like little things at a time. And I kind of feel like that's what's, coming in this week is like little, how can you say, like a little abundance being given to the collective, like little bit at a time. And it's going to help us get out of this mindset, because this card's been coming out a lot too. So it's kind of like we're stuck in our head and feel trapped in our head and stuck. And I think it goes back to this feeling, we just feel so overwhelmed. The last couple years have been so intense on the planet, and it's like we're just tired of it, like we're done with it. But our mindset, because if you see her here, she's not really stuck. She can easily get out of those bandages and out of that circle of swords around her, but it's all mental in her head. She feels stuck, and she feels like she can't move, and she feels like she's stuck in this one spot. So that's the atmosphere of the collective this week, is feeling kind of stuck. And I think it ties into this over here, the feeling overwhelmed and just done with it and tired of it. But but the situation's going to change, because we're going to start to get those burdens taken off our back as humanity. Things are going to start lifting off, being lifted off. And just remember that no matter what just remember, no matter what you hear or see, the light is in charge, and it is in charge, and it's going to help us with this process of lifting these burdens. And you're going to start to see some major changes that way coming in throughout the rest of the year into 26. So you're going to start to see that happen. So it's going to be, it's going to help get us out of this stuck mindset. And with those positive changes coming in, and those positive little steps of abundance, and it's going to help get us out of this energy of feeling beaten up and bruised up and just tired of it. So in the near future, we've got the Hierophant. So what I'm feeling about this is in the near future, there's going to be like kind coming in with these like little subtle changes. It's going to be the end of like the end of s- like systems and organizations as we know them. They'll either be completely eliminated or they will change. But that's going to be in the near future. It's going to be a different environment. And if you check out if you haven't seen the mid-month collective check-in reading that just came out 2 days ago, I would watch that, because that's what I got in that reading as well, is that, things changing that way, the ending of the old systems, coming in of the new systems. But I'm going to pull some clarifiers on this, because I feel like I need a little more information about it. So please give me 2 clarifiers for the Hierophant in the near future. Let's see. Let's get a little more information about it. 2 clarifiers, please. Okay, here we go. Okay, 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 okay. So this is what I got as my clarifiers. Okay, so kind of intense cards, but I feel like, so this is the Hierophant here, okay? So I feel like what's going to happen in the near future is we're going to have a lot of heartbreak and sadness and sorrow over these old systems. And when I did the mid-month check-in reading, in the near future, there was a card about information facts coming out and data. And I feel like we're going to get that information is going to come out. The truth is what I'm saying. The truth is going to come out about some of these past organizations, systems that we have been involved in, or that have been a big part of our lives, or that is all we've ever known, because it could be any kind of organization. Um, Truth's going to come out about them that is going to bring us a lot of heartache and sadness and sorrow. And it's kind of like we're going to realize that these systems did not have our best, they did not want what was best for humanity. So I feel like we're going to be rather defensive about it, because we're going to learn that we have to be defensive and we have to look out for ourselves and take care of ourselves, because those systems were not designed to take care of us. They were not designed to be good to humanity, is what I'm trying to say. And those systems are low vibrational. They're part of the old system that we're letting go of. But it's going to bring a lot of heartache. I mean, especially if it's organizations you really believed in, um, things that, organizations you grew up in, you really believed in, it's all you've ever known. It's going to cause a lot of sadness and heartache to realize that what their true intentions were, that they weren't set up to help humanity, that they never were, and it's going to make us as a collective, defensive about, and I don't mean defensive in a bad way, but what I'm feeling is defensive, like in standing up for ourselves and realizing that we have to stand up for ourselves, because those old systems did not have our best interest at heart. And one thing about this card is every time I see this card, it makes me think, just sadness and kind of depression and heartbreak. And I always think of, like, in the cartoons, you got the little cloud when someone's sad, and the little clouds over their head and it's raining on them, but everything else is sunny. That's always what I get in my head when I look at that card. Okay, so the advice is to hang in there, collective, because for this week, hang in there. And I feel like this is starting this week, like that. This is the near future card. So it's coming, but this week it's kind of like it's starting into that energy, the week of the 14th or the 20th. But here it's like you see we went from this card in the current energy, okay? And we're moving into this card. So this card is, we're done with it. We ended the cycle. We're overwhelmed. We're done. We're finished. So hang in there, collective, because we're done and finished with this. We're done and finished with feeling this way in the current energy. We're going to be very soon done and finished with it. We're going through what we need to go through to finish up that cycle, but we're done with it. And I'm saying cycle because look at what we have coming here. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So it's, it's like the divine saying, hang in there, because this is part of a process. We're letting go of this, coming to the end of this cycle, letting go of these burdens. Remember, I was talking about burdens holding us back and giving us anxiety and depression and having those burdens on our shoulders. We're at the end of that. That cycle's going away. And we're done with it. We've reached the end. So hang in there, because it's coming to an end, and it's all divinely guided. It's like this is what humanity was meant to go through. This time that we're going through has been planned for thousands of years before by the divine and the light. And when I say light, I mean, light workers, off-worlders, other dimensional entities, like they're all part of this plan, helping us to achieve it. So this has been our destiny for thousands of years, to go through what we're going through now. And so it's actually a great time to be on the planet. It may not feel that way. It may feel very stressful, but we are quite fortunate to be having this experience and going through this ascension process and the spiritual awakening. So this is all part of the plan, and it's been set up, I'm hearing, thousands and thousands of years in advance. And everything's falling into place as it's meant to. So it's all part of our design, like our fated destiny moving forward as a planet. So just hang in there, because this part over here of, being overburdened and anxious and having all these burdens on our shoulders, and, we're done with all that. And things are going to swiftly change. Things are changing and coming forward with a new beginning of better things coming in. So it goes back to this card, baby steps, better things coming in for us, better things coming in for us as humanity. So, but it's all fated and destined. It's like, we were meant to go through this at this time. So it's all part of the plan. And it's kind of like, but I'm also feeling like expect the unexpected with this card. So this is ending, and expect the unexpected, because I feel like what I'm hearing is it's going to be better than we imagine. So expect the unexpected, because right now, we're kind of in this mindset of, feeling, we're in this mindset right here, right? The current energy of being overwhelmed and tired of it, done with it, being mentally blocked and feeling that way. And then we're going to find out these things about our systems that are going to be very disheartening and, put us in this energy. But it's kind of like, and so there's kind of like, we're in this, for this week, it's like we're kind of in this negative, and I don't want to say negative, but lower vibrational place with all these thoughts and feelings and all that energy that I just showed you. But it's kind of like expect the unexpected, because what's coming in is going to be so much better. And what it's telling me is to show you this card again, because it's going to get us back to what we really want, which is this. And this is how earth life should be. This is how we should live our life on the earth, is full of joy and happiness. All our needs are met. We're not supposed to be suffering on the planet. We're not supposed to be having all these burdens on our shoulders. That is not the intention of living on the planet. That's not how it should be. So we're getting back to that. We're getting to that type of life. That's how we're going to end up being on the planet. That's how we're going to live. And it's all part of the divine plan. So expect the unexpected, as in we're going to get to this point that we really want to be through these changes. And it's going to be so much better than we could have ever imagined. Even in our mind, we think we know how good this is going to be. It's going to be so much better than that. It's even going to be better than our expectations, is what I'm saying. Way better. So very intense read here for the week of the 14th through the 20th. So I feel like, this, of course, like we might be coming into some of this energy this week, but this, of course, is going to go on, way past this week. But I feel like we're starting to get into that now. So could be a really intense autumn season coming up with the energy. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.